Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Oh Heck Nah, a Naked and Afraid podcast. We're talking about Last One Standing, and I kind of feel like a therapist. So I'm therapist Malu, Beyonce, and also we have therapist
WV.
That's right. And this show is going to cause a lot of therapy sessions.
I think so. Yeah, had some communication going on, but maybe not enough. Yeah.
Girl, maybe not enough.
Right?
So let's get to the first hot topic, which is Chini tapping. We saw it coming, right?
Yeah, we did. I think she was ready. I think she was just ready. What'd you think? Think Jeff had a lot to do with it?
I think Jeff had way too much to do with it. And that little thing he said about one of the arrows, bounced off of them and shot one of their teammates, it was like, oh my gosh, he's giving himself credit.
I know. He's doing that a lot.
Yes, he's doing that a lot. But,
yeah.
I just hate for her to leave based on...
Because,
of Jeff.
Right. When she says her tank's empty, and I know when you get to that mental place, it's hard to come back. Like, we hear that all the time. But, yeah, maybe Jeff had a lot to do with it.
Question. What did Chini do with all her cash, all her items? Who did she give them to?
Good question. She didn't have them. Her team, her old teammate. I mean, he did say, when they were, rubbing bodies or whatever. Yeah, Mr. Link, I heard it. But anyways.
Yes.
You never know.
Well, let's talk about Steven when Chini left. He was like, this is not necessarily a bad thing. Steven.
Right. I can't believe he said that.
And you know what's even worse? Is that the contestants, the survivalists, don't see the edited show until we see it. So,
I know.
Oh my God, she was probably looking at that like, oh no, he didn't.
I do, and I always keep that in mind too. Like, oh my gosh, because they're watching it themselves. I wonder how he and she felt at that moment.
Right. I'm going after everybody today. Gary and the bees. Yes, he finds more bees, and he's like, let's come up with a plan. What did you think about his plan when he first went over to the camp?
I thought it was a good plan. He was thinking of both teams. Oh, wait, did he go over there? Yeah, and making a strategy. He went over there twice, actually, didn't he?
Yes, he went over there twice. So
okay.
He goes over there and talks to him, and this is the part that I find interesting. Waz says after he leaves, I think we would have to say if you share it with Jeff, you are cut off from the group.
Yes, and everybody agrees. Well, yep, and the other ones agree. Yeah. I was like, here we go.
Well, I think only Steven's there with them, but Steven definitely agrees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Steven definitely agrees because remember, Dan and Matt went to go look for the honey and didn't even invite Gary. And that started all off because Gary goes tells Jeff and Sarah and Sarah and Gary go back. And here comes the boom.
Right? He walks up there and, I loved it. And I love that about Tarzan himself. He's had enough. Listen. And he lays it all out for him. And that's what they've needed. That's what they needed.
Gary had every single right to be like, are we competing for this honey? Because it was weird that they went and didn't go get Gary. So I understand Gary being like, what the H, man?
And they wouldn't let him talk. They wouldn't let him explain. And he was like, hold up.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, they think they're the big shots. They're calling the shots. They think they're the big bosses. Do you think Waz, Matt, Dan, and Steven, do you think they think, that's a lot of thinking, that they're the bosses?
I do. It seems that way. I think Waz says, though, we were all together as a group. I don't remember that, like them all being together saying this was the plan.
That was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. But they're not all together now, and he has a point, and, I'm glad they let him, hurt him out. You don't know how it is for us over there.
No, he didn't. They did not hear him out, though, Debbie. He made himself be heard. Good job, Gary.
Yes, good job, Gary.
Very good communication.
Even me, I was like, let him talk.
Mm-hmm. He got a little hot and heated there, but he had every right to be a little hot and heated. Good job, Gary.
Good for you.
But then Jeff was really shocked when they all come back and say, hey, this honey is going to be a shared thing. He said, I don't know what kind of kumbaya talk they had, but it's kind of a nice breeze of fresh air. So you think them sharing with you and everybody being a partner is a breath of fresh air? That's what they wanted from the very get-go, Jeff. Why is he saying that now?
Yeah. I don't know, but I didn't buy it.
No. I didn't
buy it all.
He was being very selfish. That's exactly what he was doing, was being very selfish again. You're trying to make it seem like, oh, they're doing right. No, that's how they wanted to play the game from the very beginning. We're not going to play this mind game. We're not going to do this gaslighting. Mm-hmm. You're not going to sit there with your words and try to switch it up. That's the way that they wanted to be from the beginning. You're the one who wanted to make it all competitive and only barter stuff.
Preach it.
Right? And then here's what I thought of. Jeff, you cannot set tripwires all throughout the jungle and then complain when somebody else sets off the bomb. You're setting up the tripwires. Get it together. We're not going to play these mind games. I'm a little upset. Oh my God, calm down.
They were mind games.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point I was like, there he goes again. And then I couldn't tell. I'm like, he should be an actor. Like, is it for TV or is it the mind thing? Or, I couldn't tell sometimes.
I know, right? Okay, so the next topic, really short. Let's make this short. Sarah catches a fish and she shares it with everybody except Gary, her group mate, and Jeff.
Right.
What the H is going on there, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Sarah's stepping up the game. I knew it was like going to be some kind of strategy plan she was playing. I seen her thought process a little bit more.
I thought it was very funny that Matt goes, you're not going to share that with Gary? She's like, no, this is more convenient. And Matt was kind of like, oh. And then she asked Waz.
What she want?
Yeah. Waz turned down the fish. Waz, why'd you turn down the fish? You know why? Because I don't think he thought it was right.
You think?
Why else would you turn down food?
I don't think it was enough. I'm like, who's that fish gonna feed?
Exactly. So either I think he's being strategic and nice all in one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I like that.
But then Jeff says, well, Sarah would be the first one they would try to get rid of. Right. Jeff kind of called it. He's like...
He did. I'm like, oh, and yeah, he wasn't wrong.
So I made a tease that we're coming after everybody. Nobody is safe in this because this is a competition. Can they not read, Debbie? Did you see Dan read the top of it, of the map? And it pretty much said that you are in control of your own destiny. It said it on the map. First line on the top, Dan said.
Yeah, I did.
So everybody's in charge of themselves.
Ominous. So here you will live in one of two camps, but you alone will control your destiny.
So everybody's in charge of themselves.
Everybody knew. Mm-hmm.
But yet they're still trying to play this team aspect and then, kind of against Jeff aspect. I mean, it's just too much. I'm so sick of it.
Me too. There's a couple times where I'm like, oh, I'm over that. Mm-hmm. Like, move on.
Right.
Halftime's over.
No.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it. But then when they're coming to the elimination thing, they're like, we're going to swagger in. And they're going to try to intimidate. No, don't y'all realize that y'all are all going against each other?
That's right. I did think that was kind of funny. I'm like, okay, hurry up. Let's go. You're late.
Right. So let's get down to Elimination Day. And I want to kind of break this down for everybody to make it very clear because this is important. 2 trees. there's 7 paths coming from these trees. 4 on one side, 3 on the other one. So there's a path for everybody, correct?
Everybody.
All right. So let's call out Waz first. So he's looking for a path. He sees Sarah, and he's like, "You on anything yet?" And Sarah's like, "Yeah, this is my trail." He's like, "Okay, I'm going to head for the second tree." So Sarah told him, "This is mine," and what'd he do?
Moved on.
You on anything yet?
Yeah, I'm on that trail.
Okay. After looking around, I've noticed a couple of other people on trails, so I don't know how many are left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head for that second tree, see if I can't get on a bone trail really quickly.
Moved on. Yep.
I think a lot of people aren't noticing that or forgetting about that.
Maybe. I seen it.
They show Gary and Steven on the same path. It appears to me that Gary was on the path first. Agree or disagree?
Yeah. I think so. I think he was. Because he told somebody, "This is my path."
And then
right?
Steven left. Did he not?
Yeah, he did. I seen it.
You seen it. Okay. So everybody's getting on their paths. Matt's hurt. We're going to talk about Matt later. Matt says, "Hey, everybody's on the path here. I'm going to go ahead and head down to the second tree," because he's using smarts, right? Because Dan got there right away. And then Gary gets there right away. Smart move. Waz and Matt both head down to the second tree.
When he said, "I'm so far behind, I'm just head to the second tree." And I was like, oh, yeah. I didn't even think, I wasn't even thinking that. Oh, good thinking. I get all into it.
The way that it's set up is whoever gets to the first 4 first, the people who got there first go to the closest tree. So after you get there and you see 4 people are on the path, you're late to the party, go to the second tree. That's the way it was made. It's to slow the late people down even more.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently Steven didn't get the memo.
He just was going to each. He had to have been going to each.
Yeah, because somewhere else he says, "I got on Gary's path. I got on, I think he said Matt's path. He got on someone else's path. So you ended up on 3 paths? Okay. Couldn't find your own. He couldn't find his own path, but he's an excellent tracker. But he just can't find his own path.
And then
he gets into it with Sarah. So he gets on Sarah's path. And Sarah says, "Are you on my trail?" Steven, "I don't know." Boy, you knew you were on her path because y'all were together.
Yeah. She told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on my path.
You came up to her. So if you caught up to her, that means she was there first. And Sarah speaks up. She's like, "Yeah, this is my trail." And Steven said,
like
"What?"
Everybody else did.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fighting words right there. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, "Listen, are you leaving or not?"
And she didn't do that. She just kept kind of
Didn't.
And then once she didn't say anything else back to him, she knew that they were going to be fighting for the same cash.
So, well, she tried. She tried.
No, she didn't try hard enough.
He just would have made him get off the path.
How are you going to make him? You cannot physically touch anybody. But,
And I thought, too, well, he's not your, even if she thought talking to him nicely, trying to ask him nicely, because, we were partners before. Mm-hmm. You're not partners now. Mm-hmm. Nobody's partner. You're all by yourself now.
He says he doesn't feel like he did anything wrong. Sarah's still in the field. Poor Sarah looking for another trail. And she's like, smart move on Steven's part. It was a very competitive thing to do. He was taking a risk because Sarah could have found it and then he would have to go to the last trail.
Mm-hmm. He would have had to go looking. Yeah. And I don't know if at that point he thought there was no more. Maybe that's why he didn't. He says later, what was I supposed to do?
You were supposed to find your own trail. That's what you were supposed to do. It's very easy. What do you mean, what were you supposed to do? Yeah. That ticked me off to no end. Find your own trail. But I'm not knocking Steven. Steven played it where he wanted. Good job, Steven. I have no qualms about it. I honestly don't. If I was Sarah, I'd be one pissed off woman for letting Steven, beat me at a game. He beat her, and it's a game. However, own your mess. You have your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, pick up your phone. Go to Instagram. So it should be this one right here, Debbie. The first one where he's in the green gym with his hat.
So I'm just going to say my piece.
Okay.
Play it.
This is the first elimination challenge. This is where the competition really happens out there. We're not sitting around a big campfire. We're not surviving. This is the challenge aspect of this adventure. And, the rules state, find a bone trail, follow it, find the cache, and meet at the lake. I followed one bone trail. I ran into Gary that already had the cache. I followed another bone trail to a hole in the ground, which was Dan's, and I followed another one, and it happened to be the one that Sarah was on. I just happened to have the better tracking skills than she did at the time, and I found the cache. It wasn't personal. I didn't go out of my way to knock her out, and she found one and had the opportunity to win.
I have the better tracking skills. Oh my God.
Personal. I didn't go out of my way to knock her out, and she found one and had the opportunity to win. What's up, world?
All right, so you saw it, you heard it, right? How does that make you feel after hearing him say it?
I just happened to have the better tracking skills than she did at the time.
Makes you feel a little dirty and not like Steven as much, right?
I'm like, Steven.
How dare you?
Yeah. For a second, yeah.
Yeah, just for a second. However, like I said, as a PR person, you needed to say, hey, it's a game. I snuck up on hers. She wasn't fast enough. All's fair in football, love and war, naked and afraid, last one standing. But don't try to act like, oh, it's a trail and this, and then just say that I'm just a better tracker. No, you're not a better tracker.
I just happened to have the better tracking skills than she did at the time.
Yeah. That's not why you won. It's because you were a better tracker.
And he says, I don't feel guilty. You should feel a little guilty. I think you should feel a little guilty.
I think he did. That's hence the post to explain himself. Yeah, I think he did.
Oh my God. I love Steven. Mm-hmm. I think Steven is a badass. I think Steven is the king of the jungle and kind of a big deal. And I don't think you did anything wrong, but you should feel a little guilty and you should just call it for what it is. Remember when there's like a fumble and all the football players get down there and people are throwing bows, and it's okay to throw bows in a fumble. You're trying to get that ball, right? Mm-hmm. He's throwing bows. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Own
That's all you had to
mess.
Do.
Yes.
That's all you had to do. For next time.
There is no next time. He's done.
There's no next time.
And what's so weird is that when she walks up, when Sarah walks up, Steven's like, you get the beer and the burger. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, thanks to you. You want to tell me what happened out there? And we saw that in the cheese. She's ticked off. Yeah. She should have used some of that anger out there in the field. And this is where Sarah messed up. Sarah, you did not think he was going to do it to you. Too innocent. Mm-hmm. As soon as you saw him walking up on your trail and he said that maybe line, you should have been ready for war.
I agree. I do. I agree.
Ain't no point in getting mad at the end.
Yeah. Why bother? She was mad though.
She was.
It was a good scene.
And Steven keeps saying, I did not go out of my way to steal your glory. Now remember,
I don't know.
This is his partner for the first 21 days of this challenge. 21 days they were together. They talked all the time. Now, surely Steven must have some guilt because you feel bad the way that Jeff is treating you. And now you're doing some of the same things to Sarah. In the name of the game. Feel guilty. Feel bad. I can't. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. But let me point out something else. Ooh. Did you notice that Jeff stood up for Steven when Sarah was going off?
Go to a different trail.
They were gone.
Did you notice that?
What do you say?
Okay, so Sarah walks up and starts going off, and Jeff goes, and then he, they all have the same mics. You can adjust people's mics. And they turned his mic off, those editors, but you can still hear him in the background. And he said he didn't know they were gone. He didn't know. Jeff is standing up for him. Like, he's answering as to why he went for Sarah's path. Thought that was pretty interesting.
She just came and found her own other path. You know what I mean?
If you're on a path.
He didn't even go looking.
Well, you don't have to go look. Deb, sorry. I get so passionate. I'm sorry. I just get so passionate about this. Me and her have been friends for over 20 years. She knows me. He didn't have to go look. He didn't have to think. Everybody had their own path. So at the end, when he says, how was I supposed to find another trail when 3 of them were already gone? The same way Sarah found it. The same way everybody found their path. If you're on a path, and you see somebody else on that path, you know that there's another path.
And there was another one.
Yes.
There was another one.
He's just making excuse after excuse. Let's talk about Matt's calf.
He rolled up in there second. I'm like, I didn't doubt it.
Matt,
I didn't doubt it.
Bad man. In a good way.
Yeah.
However,
that was good.
A calf tear or a muscle separation in your calf is most likely what's going to send him home. Because I went and I researched it, and I did like 4 different websites. Every single one said one of the most serious complications is a DVT. That can go to your heart and kill you. And he can barely walk now. I don't know how he's able to put weight on his foot right now. So I think that's what's going to take him out.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I think so.
Deep vein thrombosis, I feel like it's something else, though.
His calf, I think his muscles got separated, or a severe sprain in his calf. One of the side effects of muscles being separated is DVTs. And those medics, they always say worst case scenario. And if his calf is hurt and he can't walk, maybe that's why they had to send a little birdie. Because you can't walk down.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Good point. Yeah, good point. Dan is at the end. He was so cute. He's so happy. And he says, I'm the first. It's amazing. He's so happy. And then Matt rolls up there, and I laughed. I laughed really good when Jeff rolls up in there. And Matt's like, oh, I gotta get up. I gotta stand up. I can't let him see me sitting down.
Man's pride is strong, boy. And did you see, Dan was just like, he folded his arms. See, therapy session. He made a block between him and Jeff. He was just like, oh.
Yeah, and Matt says, I could have took a nap, you took so long. Is that what he says?
It was very
good TV.
It was great TV. Jeff did a great job. Everybody did a great job in the actual spring trap. I was very excited to see all the different ways they made it work. I have a bone to pick with the editors of this show. Listen, you're making my job way too easy. The way that y'all are dropping these teases, and then even Gary, when he was doing his little diary cam, he's like, this is the second time when I've come in first, I get to the location first.
This is the second time where I'm the first one to the first part of the challenge, and then almost last on the second part of the challenge.
The way that he said it, you knew that Sarah was the one going home. Did you not pick it up? I was like, these editors, why are you saying... Oh my gosh. But I love you editors. Y'all make the show so good. I would really love to have an editor on this podcast. I have no idea how they turn hours and hours and hours of footage into 2 hours. It's almost a miracle.
Oh, it was a good episode.
What was your favorite part?
It. I think when Dan was running like a gazelle. It was his words. A good part. I would have to say it was Gary. It was Gary walking up and...
Dan was called out for his little sticky fingers thing about the honey. But you know what? That's editing. Because when Waz was saying that about Dan kind of having sticky fingers, he was holding back laughter when he was saying it. He was.
Yeah.
But the thing that I'm upset with Dan is, even though Dan read the top of the map to everybody, that, you know, these groups, but you're in charge of your own destiny, I wish he would have really vocalized on that and said, hey, you realize that we really got to start thinking of ourselves and we have to stop acting like this is a group against Jeff. I really think Dan had the power to control it, since he's the only one that seemed to notice it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? It's good.
And then Sarah, girl, you can't, the fish thing, you giving the fish to them and not the people that you're, you know, monkeying down with, I think was kind of wrong. Or you should just ate the fish all by yourself. It really wasn't enough to share with 4 of the people.
Who says they couldn't eat it by themselves?
They could have.
Right? And then? Jeff?
Did we talk about everybody else?
Oh, where you at, Matt?
Oh, Matt. Let's get...
Can't forget Matt.
Can't forget Matt. I really can't say anything. I said I was going to come at everybody. I can't think of anything that Matt really did. Oh, I know what he really did. Let's talk about mental games really fast.
Okay.
Matt is telling everybody how the hunts are going to go. But I feel like this is a plan. Just like I've been saying from day number 1, Matt finally says, hey, assume I'm going to be out there. Don't assume. Tell them exactly when you're going to be out there.
Yeah, to his advantage.
Which we all know we want you to hunt. You're the best hunter. I'm sick and tired of Jeff's mental wordplay. This is what he says. Matt and everyone have been very strict. They don't want anyone coming up into this savannah. It's absolutely nuts that this other group has basically created an embargo on my life. Hold up. Stop. Is that they didn't say they didn't want anybody coming up into the savannah. Matt was coming up with a hunting plan. And he didn't tell you not to come up into the savannah. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you. He's talking about the other players that they have made an alliance with, because they're still playing as a group. So he's not making an embargo.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever you want to say and hope people buy your craziness, but I'm not buying your craziness, and I hope other people don't either.
Yeah, like it was all because of him.
Right. And then he says, yeah, and then he says there's rules restricting me of when I can go hunting, when I can use the bow, when I can go fishing. Nobody made those rules. They're trying to come up with a plan. And number 1, when you can use the bow, you don't have a bow. I'm not going to play into your games. Right? He doesn't have a bow.
Yeah.
Gary is letting him.
Yeah, they don't even have one.
Yeah, so if someone's letting you use a bow, yeah, there's rules that come along with that. Remember you thought it was a breath of fresh air earlier? Oh, but you don't want to join in now. It's when you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I thought that for a second too. I thought when you can go fishing, you can't even get in the water yet with your foot. You're just complaining.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking too? You're just playing a mind game.
He is playing mind. They've asked you. They came over, made an intervention, as you called it, to ask you to be part of the team, and you refused. And he is playing nice, though. I will say that. He's playing nice strategically by not messing up their hunts. And then he worked it out with Gary to use the bow and kind of like, I won't mess up your hunt since you're going to let me use the bow from this hour to this hour. I mean,
right, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's why I was saying, is this for TV or is this like the mind game? And I'm thinking, because he's making you see also. Oh, now I'm playing nice and see what's happening.
Yeah,
see what's happening now.
We're not buying your word games.
I know.
Ain't nobody falling for that. Nobody's smart, at least. I'm not falling for it. Debbie's not falling for it.
I did. I was like, you're cute.
Yeah.
You're cute.
But I think a lot of people are buying it. I think a lot of people are falling for it. He would make a very good politician, I think, because you're saying stuff that's not true. And then just ask, does he believe that? Does he really believe?
Nice. I like it.
But now the gloves come off because it's time to fight for your spot.
It's time to fight for it. I don't. And Dan says, down to 6. It's kind of weird. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for everybody to start really thinking, paying attention, and deciding how far do you want to make this a group thing. Do you want to wait until day 42, or does the time start now? And we're going to find out now that they've gone through one competition how they're going to play the game. Because now it's you're playing against the person you're laying down next to.
Yeah. And I think there's 3 left. So is that 2 people per episode? Right?
I mean, it doesn't have to
be. Maybe not.
It doesn't have to be like that. I mean, who knows? Who knows how that's going to happen? We know that Matt's leaving because he's injured. We know Jeff's not winning. But did you notice that Dan had that pretty yellow flower in his hair again?
Yeah.
You did notice that, right?
I'm like, it's only day 28. Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 episodes left. We're super excited. 6 contestants left. It's time to get dirty. I'm being a lot more snarky because now it's time for a competition. Please do not come at me. This is a competition. This is my job to analyze your competition. I love Sarah. I love Steven. And I'm sorry,
love
Sarah.
y'all.
Yes, I'm sorry that Sarah's gone. I know that this affected her deeply, and I understand that. And I love Steven. He's playing a game.
Yeah.
War can mess you
Can't
up.
play with your... What'd you say?
War can mess you up. PTSD.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
And I don't think you should hold any animosity towards anyone. I think you should have expected it. When you go into a game, you should expect people to compete to the fullest amount. And that's what this was. It was a competition to be eliminated, and you should have expected people to fight for themselves. And that's what Steven did. He fought for himself. You can't be... There's nothing wrong with fighting for yourself.
Is that what Jeff was doing since the beginning?
Yes, but you shouldn't have been doing it from the beginning because the beginning was not a competition. The beginning was surviving with your teammate.
Yeah.
And there was no competition.
And he was playing by himself. Even in the beginning with Stacey, he was playing by himself.
Right. So
it was.
Well, I want to talk about my shirt. This is not a paid advertisement or anything like that. But did you see my shirt? And I think this is really good advice.
I did.
Control
I like it.
your controllables. Now, Debbie, I'll buy you one of these shirts if you can tell me who said this.
Oh, I think it was Mr. Waz Audie himself.
It was! And I love Waz. By the way, Waz is definitely...
I liked him.
Waz is definitely winning this. He's the strong, silent type who's thinking he's so winning this. I'm still calling it. Who do you think is going to win?
He's got a good chance. To me, my favorite 2 in the end was... What is his name? Mr. Link. I'm going to put them 2 at the very end, and I'll be happy with you. They're my favorites.
Well, I will get you a shirt. They have regular t-shirts. They have tanks. He literally released his website, and I was like, oh, God, I wish they had that in a tank. And he's like, it'll be up. A tank will be up by tomorrow night. And he stuck to his word, and I think I got the first tank. And it's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm definitely...
Yeah, I seen him in the blue one. I like it was a hoodie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he looks good.
It looked nice.
Yeah. One more thing before we go. Has anyone else noticed how red Waz is?
I seen someone else kind of burn, and I'm like, oh man, and they're thinning out, and I'm like, oh, it's getting real out there.
Yeah, it's getting really real, but we're out. We loved it. Please make sure you keep commenting. A lot of people are actually giving us some really good comments. Somebody said, girl, give it to Steven. They wanted us to go after Steven. So I think we did a really good job. We went after Steven, right? We want to thank you. Please like, follow, subscribe, and comment. There are no bad comments.
Comment, share, subscribe, No bad comments.
No bad.
Not to us.
No bad comments. So we're out until next time. We cannot wait until Sunday. Make sure you watch it. And I'm so upset there was no honey because I really wanted to see that again.
I know. I'm like, honey again?
Okay, I know. I was like so excited. It turned out to be a dud. So whatever. See, we're even going after the bees. Bees, how dare you not make honey? We're going after everybody. Nobody's safe. We're out.
Yeah. Peace out.
We're coming for you. Sorry in advance.